very much in favor of the counting of points.
Does it work for you? No.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to The Run Through, your favorite figure skating podcast where we talk about all the things that make us kiss, make us cry, and make us World Team Trophy. I'm Adam Rippon, and I'm joined with Ashley Wagner and not Olympic champion Sarah Hughes. How is everyone?
I felt so sure that you were going to say all the things that make us kiss, make us cry, and make us fall asleep right before we're supposed to record the podcast.
Oh my God.
But
okay,
Ashley
fine.
has been
I wasn't
sick.
going to mention this.
Oh, you weren't
No.
going to mention it. I was.
It's impossible because I gave Ashley the flu. First time it's ever been contracted via Zoom call.
Exactly.
We thought we were social distancing in the safest of ways with an entire country and
No.
actually a body of water, the ocean in between us. But we weren't. That's just how deadly this strain of the flu is. And so, yeah, I'm just continuing my month of being sick. I would like people to know.
Tell them.
Last week or the week prior, time is irrelevant now. I had norovirus.
Uh-huh.
And then not a week later, I come down with the flu.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm ill and often.
This is the joys of motherhood, everyone.
The joys of motherhood. And you know what? I'm going to be honest to both of you right now.
Please.
You hear that and you're like, wow, she's had a lot of time just to kind of watch figure skating.
Uh-huh.
I wasn't thinking that. I really wasn't thinking that at all.
And I have seen one program from World Team Trophy.
Which
Do you
one?
want to guess which one it was?
Yeah, I want to
Amber's
know.
free
Take a
skate.
guess. Oh, no.
Jason's free skate.
It's Laura Naki Gutman's short program because I
Of
told
course.
y'all last episode I'm
The Squid
so
Game.
excited to see what, and it was a good one.
I do want the record to show that
And that's
never in
Ashley's.
my wildest dreams did I think you would spend your free time while sick watching figure skating. I never thought
No.
that.
No, because I knew that
Oh,
you,
yeah.
the end goal of you being sick is to get healthy, and I never once thought that your road
Watching
to a
figure
better
skating
self.
would bring me health.
Yeah, I know, never. I never for a
No,
second.
no.
I don't know that figure skating as a sport in general is good for anyone's health. So
No, it's not.
It could definitely help bring it to a worse place.
yeah, I don't
faster.
think it has a lot of healing powers.
No.
No, I would
No,
say
no, no, no,
it
no.
makes people sicker sometimes.
Yeah, I was already feeling sorry enough for myself. And so watching a lot of athletes have the time of their lives making a lot of money that I used to compete at, while I was also
My
healthier,
God.
was just not how I was
Uh-huh.
going to spend my time.
Welcome back to the run through.
I'm in a great
Hello,
mood,
everyone.
Guys. There's
Where
only
we
so
talk
much the
about
spirit can take.
All the things that make us cry and make us cry
Cry
and make us cry.
cry. Yeah. So I'm really excited to hear about what happens. I mean, obviously I know what happened. I have been on Twitter, so I can contribute to that part of the conversation because Twitter's always so fun.
There's a few main talking points that I think are good to bring up in this episode.
Sure. Okay, well, where do you guys want to start? Because consider me one of your listeners.
I think
I was traveling for work over the weekend, so I haven't watched a ton of this either. So Adam is sort of
Oh,
gonna
this is great.
guide us.
The dramatic retelling.
Yeah. I know a lot, but I watched enough, but I haven't watched a ton.
okay. So I'm gonna tell you that like the main story points I think are American involved.
Okay.
Now
That sounds very American propaganda, but
well,
continue.
And this is sponsored by America. This part of the
Right.
podcast.
We're actually really worried about this government coming after us, so we got to make sure that this stays patriotic.
Yes. So my first talking point is I think that World Team Trophy as a whole is a fun competition. I don't think anybody takes it that seriously. I think people want to do well, but when I say I don't think anybody takes it seriously, I think I include the judges in that. So I think that these scores, whether they be great or mediocre, everybody take it with a grain of salt. That being said, I don't think that there's like a lot of headway that you can make at the World Team Trophy. But for Jason Brown, I do feel like this was
his event.
It's like the last statement he's made of like how well he did at the World Championships, and then to kind of really just do even better and just be just as solid at the World Team Trophy. I think he's made it impossible to deny that not only should he be on the Olympic team, that he has to be in the team event. You know, Sarah and I were talking about it a few days ago, and I was like, he's made it impossible for him not to be, on that team event. I feel like he's exactly who you'd want. Like, Sarah, that's exactly what you were saying. I'm paraphrasing you.
Yeah, I think it's just like, not only do we know from years of experience that Jason is going to deliver under pressure when he needs to, but you also have now 2 very recent instances. And like you said, Adam, we take a lot of things with a grain of salt at this event, but very recent instances of him beating other people who, in theory, on paper, he wouldn't normally beat. And like showing that his quality and artistry are going to, like, they can give the U.S. a lot of points. I mean, he's beating Yuma Kageyama in both of these programs. I mean, again, he's not perfect, but that's why you want Jason, right? If anyone opens the door, it's his for the taking.
That's exactly, that's the name of the game. And that's, everybody has a different strategy going in, but this is where you could see like, hey, I'm going to do my best and do the best with what I can do. And if you were going into the competition, you saw, hey, Jason's going to do 2 triple axels and Adam Siohimfa is going to try 5 quads. You'd go, yeah, there'd be no question Adam Siohimfa on top. And he was not even close.
Yep.
Because the door was open.
But then if you get a little bit of information from this season and like what you just said, 2 triple axels versus, what'd you say, 5 quads? I hear that and I'm like, oh, I'm betting on Jason. Just with the limited information that we have from Adam this season also, it's like that just sounds like a recipe for something sloppy. And Jason will not ever be the most technically competitive, but in a lot of ways that's like not really true, because what he's going to do is something clean.
Yeah,
and there's
not
value
true,
to skating clean.
Yeah, and I feel like you have to feel good as the U.S. team right now about being able to split the men if you wanted to. Like, I think if we talked about this 6 months ago when Jason was sort of struggling through the fall and Ilya was sort of the only clear standout, you're looking at it and you're like, wow, they better hope that Ilya does both programs in the team event. But now you're sitting there and you're like, this is not make or break that Ilya has to do both programs. If he decides that he doesn't want to prioritize the individual event, that's not a death sentence for the U.S. And I think especially because you're also seeing Alyssa and Amber, and, I think you would see Isabeau too, like be competitive with the international women. So you don't feel like there's that much ground to make up. Like they're in a good spot. For anyone who didn't watch World Team Trophy, obviously the United States won. And Japan got second and Italy got third.
Sarah, I have a question about the team event. So we talk about splitting events, and my understanding is that there are 2 disciplines that can split.
Correct.
Does it have to be that?
No.
Or could all 4 disciplines split?
No, they can't. Up to 2 disciplines can split, but 2 disciplines don't have to be split, which is why I said no to your question. If they just wanted to split 1 discipline, they could do that. If they didn't want to split any, they could do that.
So you could have a team that's theoretically just made up of
4 entries.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could, but
Interesting.
you
Okay.
cannot split 3 disciplines or 4 disciplines.
Yep.
You can split up
Okay.
to 2. Yeah.
Because in Pyeongchang, arguably Canada still could have won that team gold if they switched out their dance team and had Caitlin and Andrew. I think that they still would have been fine for the team gold. They could have switched out a dance team. They had the ladies switch. So Caitlin Osmond did the short program and Gabby Daleman did the free skate. But, you know, arguably it would have been fine. But they were, you know, they had a goal of getting that team gold. And so they only had 1 discipline switch out. But yes, no, only up to 2.
Wait, going back to the Jason Brown of it all. So, as I said, I have Twitter knowledge of this event.
Mm-hmm.
And on Twitter, I see someone reposting a headline that basically says Ilya Malinin edges out Jason Brown at World Team Trophy. And I'm like, okay, that's clearly some writer who doesn't know a lot about figure skating coming up with like a very punny headline for clicks. And I'm like, okay, I need to see what the point difference was. There was not a huge point difference between those two in the free skate. I mean, it was like, I think maybe a 5 or 6 point gap. But considering what Ilya is doing versus Jason,
Was this the
I mean,
title of the NBC Sports video
Yeah.
that you saw?
oh, maybe.
Because
Ilya-
what
Yeah.
people were in fact making fun of was that the title was Ilya Malinin edges Jason Brown, which is sexual.
Oh, I'm okay. In my haze,
So
I
I
didn't
don't-
catch on to that. And as soon as you said it back to me,
You
I
went-
said that's gay.
I don't actually think that anyone was trying to be punny.
No, I think in fact,
And I don't
they were
actually think
being-
anyone was trying to be gay either. Like
No.
edging
But it was.
someone out is common terminology,
Oh, it's like
I
my
guess.
bone
but
disease
but
eating me
arguably, Sarah,
out.
edging someone is common terminology.
I mean, at this point, it is, and I think that's probably good feedback.
Oh my god! Wow, I'm a hag. I should have immediately gotten.
But
that.
you're right, Ashley, that there was not a big
It wasn't-
difference.
no,
Yeah.
that's the essence of what I'm saying. But
No,
always
but
nice
it's
to
like,
bring
you
gay
know,
culture into the conversation.
when you make mistakes, you're opening the door. And Ilya made a bunch of little errors, and
else
you know,
is new?
one of what else is new. But like, it gets even sloppy. It's like it was very like I put everything I had into the World Championships, and I came here and I'm exhausted. Where he like tries to come out of his last spin like on his knee and he falls,
Yeah.
so he
right.
gets a fall on the last spin.
Yeah.
He does a double Salchow. He does a double flip, triple axel combination. So there's just like a lot of big mistakes.
I do think we made it through an entire undefeated season without a clean free skate from Ilya Malinin.
Did he not do a clean free skate at Skate Canada?
I don't think he's done a completely clean sheet.
See, like, I would do anything for a beautiful, clean program. Give me a clean program over anything. And I just wish that, like, some of the skaters would realize that a clean program is just so beautiful. Like, just do
Jason
a clean
does.
program. Only Jason is listening to me scream in my house to myself. Just do a clean program. Please let me see a clean program.
I did double check. There's
Yes.
at Skate Canada, he has a Q on his opening flip. And I don't know what he did, but he's got like -3s, -4s across the board on a triple loop.
Yeah, that would not be a clean sheet.
So
as
that
you
is not a
mentioned.
clean sheet.
No. Yeah, not a clean sheet in
That's
sight.
the cleanest program probably that he did all season, though. And do you know how many quads were in this program?
4.
3.
Oh God! And it was, and I still remember it. It's the last event of the season, and I still remember that I really liked that Skate Canada free skate. There were 3 quads. I remember
Right.
liking that free skate a lot.
Right.
And I held on to that, and I've been holding on to it. And I brainwashed myself into saying it was clean.
Because it was because it was close, and it was probably a lot more intricate in terms of the performance and choreography because it was 3 quads.
Okay, I have like a marketing idea, and it's like it would be so simple. Even if Ilya was
You
like,
have marketing ideas for him you're saying this like it's a new thing. You market him.
it's
You give
my
him
new
free
segment.
advertisements.
It's just like
every-
if he just said, hey, actually, it's really important to me to improve my skating, even if he didn't believe it.
What
But
do
he
you
said it
mean?
was,
I
and
feel
he
like
did 3
has said
quads.
that.
No, yeah, but if he just did 3 competitions in a row where he just did 3 or 4 quads in the free skate, I would just do it.
No, here's the thing. It's not going to happen.
No, it's not going to happen. I know.
It's not. And if he continues another quad, which it makes sense, once he gets to the point where like physically he's going to have to start making adjustments, then we're going to see those. I get it, but at the same time, I think the way that I watch him now has completely changed after I sat side by side with my team at Worlds who are not figure skating people, and say what we want about it being too many quads and not enough skating. They were so excited by him because he was doing quads, and they aren't, into it enough to understand like that there's nothing in between. Like, I just think he's good for skating. I know that like for us, we're like, we want more.
I know, but we've had this conversation. Like, nobody disagrees that he is good for skating, and I'm not even going to sit here and tell him like he needs to dial it back and do 3 quads. Would I personally prefer a clean program? Yes, and I think he can do it better with fewer quads. But my solution to all of this was, I just want his material next year to reflect more of the like intense show-offy way that he's gonna build these programs. You know what I mean? So that it doesn't feel like in contrast with the music or what the performance could be. Does that make sense?
Do you feel like his
Yes.
yeah, it does. Do you feel like his short didn't accomplish that? I feel like his short was always way more aligned with
No, the short is great.
And I'm going to say this, that when he does the exhibitions, like he is the last skater doing a full-on performance from like before they announce his name to when it's over. Like he is giving the audience
ice dancer.
Him and
full-
Piper Gillis and
Yes.
Paul Poirier.
And it's like, I love that. Like he is giving the audience their money's worth from the, he's not like stretching the arms and like, here we go. Like he's giving the full theatrics.
He's like a persona, like a professional
Yes.
wrestler. Like,
Oh
he's
my
Yes.
god,
not-
you're right.
He's not out there being Ilya. Like, he's like, if we consider Ilya the man, like just the
Person, yeah.
person, and then we consider Ilya Malinin the skater, that's like a character he's playing when he's
Yes.
at these events. I
Yeah.
think it's true. Even you guys, we've seen him like
It's his sim.
backstage. He's acting like that the whole time he's at a competition.
No, I really like that because, like, I mean, there aren't a lot of characters.
I
Arguably,
respect it.
Ashley was a character, Ashley Wagner, at a and that's why, as like looking back, I'm like, I love that. And
Yeah.
Ilya is
Characters,
a character. Like, I
divas.
love that.
Yeah, he is.
I do too. We just have to accept that, there are going to be markups on the sheet most of the time, I
we
think.
do.
Yeah.
Now, can we talk about a sheet that did not have really many markups?
Yes.
Amber
Ooh.
Glenn does the
Mhm.
cleanest
Okay.
free skate of her life, I think. I've never seen a free skate this clean from Amber.
That's amazing. What happened in the short program? Because I feel like I went to look at the results and she was in 6th.
She fell on the axle and then she doubled
Okay.
out of her combo.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So it was like, it was not that good. I mean, like all relative to potential.
Mhm.
But yeah, so she got, what did she get, Adam? Like a 67 or something in the
Mhm.
short program. Like,
Okay.
still not a bad score, but just like
No.
for her, what she could do, not great.
Right.
And then, yeah, in the free skate, she was almost completely clean. She had like a little bit of a tight landing on a sow cow.
Mm-hmm. But it was so like tight in the way where it's like, but she made it through. It's not even
Tight
it's
in the
like,
way where it's like, oh, it's April and you're competing.
Yeah, and the GOE was basically a 0. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
it was like from
it's
-2 to +1.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so happy that she was able to end on that note.
And
Me too.
Alyssa squeaky clean again. I think Alyssa did
I
the best
was
short
not surprised by
program
that.
of her season at this event. Like this was the
I think
cleanest,
you see
nicest.
some of the best performances of people's content at World Team Trophy because there's no pressure and people are like, if I fall on my face, it's World Team Trophy, and people are going to be like, she's tired. And then you end up seeing these like relaxed performances where you're like, that's definitely what it's looked like in training all season.
Now,
What do you guys think of? So, Ashley, I'm going to say this for your benefit because I'm looking at it. Alyssa got a 150, almost
Mhm.
151, and Amber got almost 149. So she lost her by like 2 points in this segment. The way that she did that without a triple axel was a ton of GOE, plus she beat Amber on components by 3.5 points. Sorry, 4.5 points.
Mhm.
Where are we on that?
Okay. I'm going to say this. Like I said, there are nobody's going to get an upset victory at the World Team Trophy. It's the last event. She's the last skater in the women's event. She skated really well. If this was a different competition, I think Amber goes ahead. I think Amber has a more mature quality to her. I think what she did was more technically advanced. I think what she did was at a higher quality. But the World Team Trophy is sometimes a victory lap. And Alyssa went in. She's the world champion. She skated 2 clean programs. It's no skin off of anybody's nose if they give her higher scores.
I mean, but also, where did she skate? She was earlier in the group.
Amber, yes. Amber skated in the
Yeah.
first warm-up, too. It's
Like that's I if we're gonna talk about Ilya Malinin not skating 2 clean programs, like we have to mention Amber hasn't skated 2 clean programs either, and so this is part of the reason why she's not getting this GOE is because she is making little mistakes here and there. So then she already kind of has this like judges are waiting for something to go wrong. And then in a situation like this, if you are in the first group, the judges are going to hold back scores because, like, let's be honest, we know that's what they do. And then I think, Adam, you're so right. Like, Alyssa's the reigning world champion. They are not going to upset the reigning world champion. And for a, like, final lap event such as World Team Trophy, they're not going to do that there either. And I don't think that they should. Like, she just got that title. I don't think that if she's skating clean, going to, be beat.
I think it's, again, like, it's a lightning in a bottle. Like, Alyssa set herself up to just be in the right place at the right time. And a clean short program gets her the benefit of being one of the last skaters in the event, and she just she's been setting herself up for success. And so I don't think that this is like, I saw a little bit of discourse of like US figure skating is putting all their eggs in Alyssa's basket now.
Oh, I don't think so. Do you?
I don't feel like that's true.
I don't either. I just think it's
I
sort
think
of
Amber's such a good option.
well, and
It's
Amber's
too early
still,
to know that.
right, and she's still second. She's still beating a clean Cowrie, a relatively clean Cowrie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think in the fall we'll know how many eggs are in which baskets. That's like
I
when
so
we
agree
start
with you.
to be able to see where the eggs are. And they're too expensive for us to afford in this
Eggs.
economy.
Oh my
Yes.
God, they're so expensive, these eggs.
Yes, that's what
And
we're
the
talking
prices
about.
are not coming down.
No, I can't afford
I
eggs
think you're
or
right.
better PCS scores. So
But I think it's like not that deep. I think that it's like don't look too deeply into these scores and be like, whoa, is Alyssa always going to get almost five extra points in PCS? I don't think that's the case. Like, She's coming off a world title. She skated clean, last skater in the event. It's almost irrelevant.
That's math.
Like
That's
it's just
math.
irrelevant, like to how she would skate or whatever. Like if this was a different competition with different stakes, I think you might see a little bit of a different score, but maybe not. Like it's you create a tone for yourself throughout an event, and it's harder to get the bigger scores from the judges if the day before you're coming back from a tough skate. And that's just, it is what it is. Like you set the tone for yourself. I even remember, like, we talked about Alyssa's chances at the World Championships, and it was brought up that, like, I don't know if she's getting the components that, you know, she's going to need to be in the mix in that top 10, top 5. And I remember just thinking, like, you know, when you skate well at those big events, they give out the big scores. You get rewarded for showing up to, like, the really important moments. And, you know, again, like, World Team Trophy is it's just a victory lap.
Yeah, I agree. I also agree with what you're saying, though, that if you're putting them side by side, having them skate, and there's no outside noise or information coming in, like, I do think that Amber's skating quality is better. It's a little bit more refined. It's a little bit smoother. It feels like a little more powerful to me. So I think once we get to the fall, you get that summer reset. We're looking at new programs. We're going to see how everything shakes out. I don't necessarily think that Alyssa's always going to have this, like, 5-point bonus on that second mark, because
it doesn't last
this
forever.
is a nice victory lap.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it doesn't.
What else? Japanese pair team won both segments, Riku and Ryuichi, which is not a big surprise, I don't think. And Madison Chalk and Evan Bates won both dance segments, which also doesn't feel like a big surprise to me.
What about Lapreva and Brousseau falling behind the Georgians in dance?
I mean, I'm tempted to bring back up what I was worried about at the World Championships for them, which is that France has another team coming. And there is just making space. Less, you know, whether it's the French Fed or the ISU kind of playing politics already on its own. Like, I think they are anticipating a different team being the top French team. So there's less there's less incentive to protect this team. But
that's just, like, so dumb. Like, they're not even skating yet, and that's.
But this is all dumb.
Case,
I mean,
like,
this is all stupid. This is so stupid. Like, we're sitting here being like, oh, like, we can't give the you know, exact right scores to just give an upset at World Team Trophy because this isn't real. Like, it's all dumb. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like,
that's
this is
true.
all. I mean, this is sort of a fake event, so it's, like, hard to, like, have a real conversation about what any of it means, or, like, I don't know how much any of it means. But if I had to read into it,
I'm just mad because I love them.
You're not alone.
I see them getting pushed aside and room being made for another team, and I love my little techno weirdos.
I hope that they come back next season with, like, their strongest material yet, and they really make it hard for Guillaume and Laurence. I'm not cheering for or against anybody, but I really hope that they, like, bring it to make it, like, you know, and I think that they will. You know, they're not just going to give this spot away.
No, and you just want that because, like, we've seen them improve, and we've seen them in the last few years, and we want that for them. That's just what we really want.
They just have a special place in my heart. And dance, I don't have what it takes. Like, skating skills and ability, I don't have what it takes. But then just, like, emotionally, I don't have what it takes.
Crazy. Like, the way you talk, like, I've recently watched you skate because obviously it was, like, Boston Worlds. Like, a lot of times people would, like, post you skate. And it's like, I think I was just, like, numb to the way that you skated because I could see it every day.
Sure.
But, like, you were very good, and it does make sense why, like, so many young girls and boys are like, who is your favorite skater? So many of them say Ashley Wagner.
That's really
And
sweet.
when people would say that, I'd be like, that's so nice. And now when I have watched you recently, I'm like, oh, that's so nice. But that also is like, does make a lot of sense because there is nobody in the last 10 years who like will perform the way that you did.
I wonder if you've done this, Adam. So I haven't watched my skating for a while now. And I haven't watched it because it kind of makes me sad still. Like, I think before I watched it and it was like good nostalgia. And now I'm at the point where I watch it and it makes me sad because it's just like a totally different version of me. Like, and as a mom, you watch that and you're like, whoa, I'm not that person anymore. Like, that's such an out of body experience.
Mm-hmm.
And so for Boston Worlds, I was like, you know what? Like, I'm going to watch these two programs just to kind of like honor what I accomplished in my life. And because like I joke, but like I watch a lot of skating now and I'm watching way more skating now than I was then.
Mm-hmm.
I could watch it as if I was watching a competitor now.
Mm-hmm.
And like I was really good. And I watched it and was kind of struck by that where I was like,
Yeah.
oh, I would be competitive. Like rotations aside, I was just like, wow, I was actually a really good skater. Because sometimes I make fun of my like bootleg crossovers and like
Yeah,
bad
but you didn't
skating
really
skills.
like. You can
But
say that,
no,
but you
I
didn't really
actually-
have them. Like
No, I was actually like a really good skater. So I'm gonna keep on making fun of myself because it's fun for me.
no, and you should,
But-
and I will make fun
Yeah.
of you too. So,
and I watched your skating too, and
and you're like,
just,
and it wasn't that impressive.
Not as
and
impressive
I'm
as
No.
mine.
unstoppable.
No, the
Like-
I think I texted you the morning. I had some like beautiful playlist on, and the Arrival
Mhm.
of the Birds. Oh, I was in yoga, and Arrival of the Birds comes on,
Mhm.
and as soon as I got out of the class, I was like, I need to watch that program of Adams, and I watched it and was just like, oh my god, I got to see that beautiful skating every single day, and meanwhile, I was in a piss poor mood and like always exhausted, and I didn't get to appreciate it as much because it was just like beautiful skating.
Oh, that's
We were really good. And Sarah, you were too.
Thank you.
yeah. I still
Well-
remember that time you skated, lights out in Salt Lake City, and it was just like we didn't even know that you were going to defeat Michelle Kwan that day.
No, nobody knew.
And yet
Everyone
you
had
did.
counted me out.
Yeah.
Well, I wonder what you guys think of this because this is, we're off World Team Trophy topic at this point, but
We've
I
covered
feel like, and it's especially true, I think, in the women's event, that when it was 2016 or 2017 or whatever, and I feel like y'all have talked about this a little bit, but like the new IJS system had not like everybody hadn't fully grown up in it. So you
Yeah.
still
Oh,
had
yeah.
some leftover people like you guys were old enough to have done some 6.0 or at least grown up watching 6.0 that like
Yeah.
the performance aspect people were there was so much more individuality, I feel like, and just
Yeah.
like emphasis on that kind of performance as opposed to the checking off of the boxes of the required elements that it is now, especially in the women's event where there's less technical variety.
I just became horrified because I'm like, oh my God, are we responsible for this generation of skaters because they grew up watching us and were inspired by us and everything we're complaining about is because they admired us?
No, but like, but like,
Well,
look
but they
at
watched
who.
your
ins-
generation and
but who were you also competing with? You were also competing with Medvedeva. You were also competing with Zagitova.
Right.
You were also competing with like those younger kids who like
Oh,
they
just machines.
yeah,
Yeah,
like you were
right.
looking
Yeah.
towards who like even Tara Lipinski, who was 15 years old, was skating with such maturity. Like she skated like an adult. Michelle
Mhm.
Kwan skated like an adult. Lu Chen, oh my God, one of the
Oh
greatest
my God.
like
Lu Chen,
performers.
yes.
Vanessa Guzmaroli was acting like a bank robber doing splits in the middle of the ice at a world championships. Like these skaters had such big performances, and in the men's event, like you had Yuzuru Hanyu, Javier Fernandez. I mean, like these are some of the best
Ugh.
performers of like all time. Then
Yeah.
you also have like Yevgeny Plushenko and Alexei Agudin, who like also
Huge personalities.
And so you see that still carried in the men's event. Like there's still a tradition of like big personalities, and you even see like and big performers. But like the skaters coming up, they watched the Zagitovas, who like arguably Zagitova was a good performer, but if she was anything, she was solid. And her her best quality was being consistent, and she was check.
Yeah, she was never gonna miss. Yeah,
she was never gonna miss, and that's what like you see that more. Like there's like a few women who I would say like Wakaba, Amber, they're top of mind from like Luna, who like briefly bring me back to somebody who's more concerned about the performance.
Yeah, than the levels on the spins. Yeah.
Yes.
But it's hard. I'm not even blaming them. It's not me sitting here being like, oh, no, I can't stand to watch these skaters. That's not what it is. I love to watch these skaters. But I think the current scoring judging system just leeches personality out of the
It's because it's it's so hard. It is so hard. Like, not that it wasn't hard.
You have
back
to do
in the
so
day.
much.
You have to do so much. I don't know if you guys have
and
ever
the spins.
Yes. And the spins, actually, your favorite thing to skip and complain about. But like, if you ever watch, what was that documentary on Peacock, Sarah?
Meddling.
Like, the Canadians talk about the way that competitions were, and it was about creating a moment. And arguably, the Russians had a more complete program with incredibly difficult transitions, and the Canadians did not have that. Mm-hmm. And if it were judged and we were watching it today, arguably, we would not be questioning if Jamie Salé and David Pelletier should have won or not. It would be a pretty big no. Their program just wasn't as hard. We wouldn't even like give it a second thought.
Right. Yeah.
But the moment that they created was so much more impactful than the Russians on that day. Like, it was filled with so much soul and everything. Like, it was everything you'd want the performance, I say in quotes, to be. And
so then I have a
the name of the
question.
game. Yeah.
Today, because of this system and everything that we know about this system, and, you know, we're fresh off of Alyssa Liu winning Worlds, the moment that a skater creates versus that, like, very technically sound, reliable program. Like, do you think that moment, which is not necessarily something you can quantify, right? Like, this system is based on numbers and you cannot quantify a moment, but we all sitting here and those listening can be like, yeah, I've seen one of those moments and it's a thing.
Yeah. It gets quantified in nines on the PCS scale. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I mean, Ashley, I'm glad you said that, because I was thinking that too. As Adam was talking about creating a moment, I was thinking about Alyssa. And I think the hard part for skating viewers is you have a system that's telling you that scores aren't based on a moment, they're objective. But you know that that's not how the human side of it works. Mm-hmm. And so then I think you get to a point where you sort of feel, I sort of feel bad for the skaters and for the viewers, because you're like, well, what is the winning recipe? And the answer is, it just sort of depends. Because if no one creates a moment, then it's just going to be who checked the boxes right. And like, if somebody does, then it doesn't matter if you checked all the boxes, because you weren't the one who created the moment. And I think that's a hard space to live in for skating, like for any sport, where on any given day, it's almost like a different criteria could give you the win. Like, and that's not fair to anyone either.
Well, the moment is not strictly in the skater's hands. Yeah. The moment is so tied to the audience. And if you have an audience that is just not as engaged for whatever reason, or you have the skate of your life, but it's like an early group and the audience isn't warmed up for the moment. Like, there's just so many factors.
Yeah. Or you have the skate of your life, but the material that you have is, you know, not connecting with this particular audience. Like, this country doesn't know this song as well, whatever it is. I feel like that's just a tough in between to be in. And I think we all agree that we want the technical difficulty to be rewarded. And we want people to understand why someone wins and why someone doesn't. But I think we also agree that the beauty of the sport is in the moments.
Yeah.
Mhm. Of course.
I mean, that's like the magic of skating.
That's what it is. You know, I miss the Michelle Kwan moments. And do I feel like Alyssa's giving us like the Michelle Kwan iconic programs? The short program
A little.
arguably is. Yeah,
Mhm.
kind of. Like that's
Yeah.
a masterpiece. Like I will watch that over and over, and every time she does it, like it just takes my breath away. The free skate, I'm like so loving it for about 2 minutes and 30 seconds. And then I'm like, I feel like she has so much cardio to do left. Like I do get a little bit lost in it. Like it's
Yes.
just like maybe another edit or something, or like moving the disco music just a little further back. It just
I love
feels
these
like
suggestions at the end of the season.
I'm just, you know, I'm like, you should really try this. She's like, I threw away the MP3 file. I'm never going to see it again. But it's like, the moment she's creating is like, oh my, it's her whole story. It's like, oh my God, she thought she was going to retire. She's back. And not only she's back, she's skating squeaky effing clean
Yeah.
in these high pressure moments. And those are the moments that she's creating. But
You know what I think? I feel like World Team Trophy should be a 6.0 competition.
yes,
That would be so fun.
It is anyways, right? We've talked all this through all day of like, they are basically judging you on who you are and the moment you create.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they did this weekend.
Yeah.
So why are we pretending that it's based on GOE and PCS? Like, we don't need to do that. We don't need to do that.
No.
We can just rank them.
And you know what? Why don't we just do it on a scale of 1 to 10? So it
Yeah.
can be like, it's
so
different.
It's not 6.
Yeah, so
which
it's
is
different.
a completely random number.
Right. Exactly. Like, why
totally
did we
support
get to
this.
6?
I mean, it doesn't even have to be like 6 point. You wouldn't even have to get scores. You could literally, as a judge, have a scorecard that's like you're ranking people, and you just finish with a ranking of 1 to 12 or 1 to 6 based on where you slot people in as you see them. Was that better or worse than this person? And then you keep going. And then at the end, you just combine them all together, and whoever is ranked first the most. It's like ranked voting. You know how some countries do that for parliament. That's what it
Yes.
would be like.
But you know, like that being said, you can isolate the 2 free skates of Alyssa and Amber. Of where objectively, I objectively think that Amber has the more complete package when it comes to this free skate and the
Totally.
higher tech content, whatever.
Yeah.
Given where Amber skated, Amber was in the first warm up, and there's still many skaters to go, but she skates a clean program with the triple axel, pretty undeniable. I think arguably you give her a 9.9 for tech, and you give her a 9.9 for presentation. And you go, okay, girls, you gotta be clean if you're
Yeah.
gonna beat her.
Got to be perfect.
And then Alyssa goes. And Alyssa doesn't do the triple axel, but everything's squeaky clean. But she skates last. It's perfect. So you give her a 9.9 and you give her a 10 for presentation. It's
For
the
the
last
moment.
skater of the
Sure.
event.
Yeah.
And she skated a clean short program. You reward her for her whole event. And that's exactly how it would end up. You wouldn't question it and going, why is she 5 points under? She's not really 5 points behind. She's just,
They should do this.
yeah, well, arguably.
They should do this.
Yeah.
We'll call up the ISU. Give him a ring. Jael, Kim, hello.
Hi, it's Ashley Wagner. Do you remember me from the World Championships?
Wait, I need to say this. I don't think that he's listening. But obviously he was like my main boss at this event because the ISU hired me to MC the event. And so a couple, like 1 week after the event, I can't tell if this is real. So I have a very aggressive filter on like hidden messages.
Mm-hmm.
So I have to go into my hidden message. I don't know how it happened, but I have to go in very
On
often
Instagram?
and more often on Instagram.
Okay.
And so most messages and DMs from people go to hidden. So like I will go in and kind of sort through there. And then I get a message from this Instagram account that just says like Jael Kim. And it says, "Hi Ashley. I just wanted to say great job at Worlds." And it had 0 followers, but he followed 2 people. And
Who
it
were
was like
they?
a private account.
It was me and you, not Ashley.
That's why he's in
But-
hidden messages.
I haven't responded to him yet, and I feel like I need to because I'm assuming it's the real person. But at the same time, I'm like, is this spam?
Well, you know what? You did a good job, so just say thank you.
Yeah, just
I
say
needed
thank
to
you,
say
and then it
thank
doesn't matter
you.
if it's the real person or not. You know, just
But now
say
it's
thank
been
you.
so long. Do I need to say thank you? Sorry, you went to my hidden messages.
No.
No. A thank you's a thank you.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Um,
Kamsahamnida.
okay, so that's settled. That you'll say
Thanks for your
thank you,
advice.
and then
on
you'll
the
say
pod.
we have an idea for World Team Trophy.
Listen up.
Yeah,
I know you're busy with Samsung, but I got some ideas.
I have an idea of maybe one of the Grand Prix next season, or like when that one something that we like all watch, whatever, for the
We'll do
top
6.0
like 5. We'll
scoring.
do 10.0.
Fine,
We'll make it
10.0.
different.
10.0
We'll do
scoring.
10.0 and see if the scores end up the same. We'll do 10.0 for short and long. We'll choose like the 5 skaters. that
Yeah,
will
I
do-
mean, I'll
Okay.
do that because that's the thing. It's like this is a postseason victory lap, and there is no reason that I need to see Piper Gillis and Paul Poirier beat Charlene and Marco by 10 points in the free dance. Like, that's not real. And it's all just like sort of this menu. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's
yes.
all, and I don't
Mhm.
need to see Maddie and Evan get a 91, and I don't need to see Alyssa get a 150. Like, that's not necessary. We can just reward people for whatever the moment is that they create at this event.
You're like, just give them other fake scores.
Yes.
yes.
Okay.
But I think giving them fake
Fair.
scores that aren't in line with the real scoring system would be
Yes.
better, because these are going to, like, we've all talked about how, like, sometimes these end up as your personal best scores. And it's like, this isn't real. It's, you know, everybody skated well.
Yeah.
And also another thing about like when it comes to world records and stuff, it's all so fucking relative. When I skated in 2010, I had an extra footwork sequence in the short program. I had a whole other element. When I skated in 2018, my free skate was 30 seconds longer than it is right now.
Yeah.
So,
Right.
and that being said, the way that things were scored was completely different on a scale from -3 to +3, and the grade of execution was so different. When the first year of the judging system came out, I don't even think there was a level 4. I think it only went to level 3.
Yes.
So
Well, and-
it's
Yeah.
all so different. Like it's not.
It's not. And I think, like, you look at, like, if you look at and I'm not, by the way, I'm not picking on Maddie and Evan. The top dance team at this event is always going to be the recipient of probably the most ridiculous scores. So I'm using them as the example. But, like, they have the all-time highest free dance score on the ISU records page. And it's from World Team Trophy 2 years ago. And I
the
think
greatest skate of all time.
and I think that's what I mean. It's like, do we want to frame that as the greatest skate of all time? Like, if that was on a different scoring system and it didn't count in this list, that probably
Yes.
would give us a more realistic look at what the best skates of all time were.
Mhm.
Well, Sarah, what's your greatest skate of all time in dance?
The best skate of all time in dance?
Yeah.
Tessa Virtue, Scott Moyer, 2010 Olympics.
Oh, disagree.
You were going to say 2018
Disagree.
Olympics, Ashley?
Yep.
Yeah.
Although that one, oh my God, the moment. Talk about the moment.
I'd also
That
say,
white dress, she's
Oh,
just floating.
and just like
Ah!
2 small town Canadian kids.
Oh, I know
it's
the
like,
story.
I will say Gabby and Guillaume at the 2018 Olympics, I think, is
Okay.
one of my favorite skates of all
Mm.
time. I don't know that it, like, the Beethoven skate,
yes.
they actually won that free dance.
Mhm. I think Gabby Guillaume, 2015 Worlds, one of my like, that's one of my like, oh my, I can't believe I'm watching this
Yeah.
Mhm.
moments.
Yeah. But that's what I mean is, like, obviously those won't count, right? Because they reset when the scoring system resets, to your point, Adam.
Yeah.
Like, the
Mhm.
dance elements have changed, so those skates no longer count on this list of records. So you have like their 2022 skates and stuff. But
Right.
yeah, that's all I'm saying. World Team Trophy should be in a category of its own.
Give them
Yeah.
10s or give them nothing.
All right, I'll make sure in my thank you note.
Be like,
I'll-
hey, I want to. I want a Shark Tank an idea.
yeah.
Hello, sharks.
Hang, hang. Hello, sharks. That's funny.
Yeah.
Wait,
Well-
I have another idea for something really quickly if you guys have time.
Go ahead.
Because I also just need to like put this out there publicly.
Okay.
I want to give free advice to these skaters and a skater of specific name and origin.
Mhm.
If you guys have any free advice that you also want to give to a specific athlete,
I've been giving it the whole podcast.
Yeah.
Go
He's
on.
doing marketing for Ilya.
that's true. You have.
I'm giving advice directly to the ISU. So, you know.
Mhm. Go on, Ashley.
So I want to speak specifically to Amber Glenn.
Hmm.
Because I know you're a choreographer, and I've told your choreographer this idea, and I just need Amber Glenn to get this information. For your short program, you need to skate to Here Comes the Rain Again by the Eurythmics. It would be so good. It would be so cunty, and it would make me so happy.
Do you not trust her
And that's free
choreographer to
advice.
pass along this idea to her?
No, now she's trying
No,
to
I'm just
pressure
trying to
her.
manipulate the system. I'm pressuring her publicly so that when she comes out next year not skating to it, she has to apologize to me. No, I think it would be so good.
I mean,
It's because I want to skate to it. And so,
we can and should probably do a whole episode of programs that we think would be good fits for a lot of these skaters.
We should do in a whole Shark Tank pitch a bunch
my
of
God.
music ideas.
hello, sharks.
Hello,
That
sharks.
would be great.
I'm
Maybe
here
that's
to pitch.
our one episode idea. We have to start pitching programs before skaters start announcing music because they try to, especially in Olympic
They
year.
do
they're-
try to do it. They're trying to claim it all.
we have to beat them to it. So,
yeah. Did you see
maybe-
Hay and Lee already claimed Carmen and Ave Maria?
See, here's the thing. You can't claim either of those because there's going to be at least 50
I know.
of them.
I know, but
Mhm.
I was like, oh, heavy on the war horse.
Get on it, girl.
You better find that license-free music.
And that's our show, everyone.
And that's our show. Well, everyone, it's been a great World Team Trophy in review. We'll see you next week for the Rosie Awards.
Yes.
The
Oh,
annual
yay.
Rosies. So we can't wait to announce who's winning Rosies and who is
Losing them.
losing them.
Yeah.
On that note, we'll see you here next week on The Run.
Bye.